Scenes like these attract tourists and divers from all over the world to the pristine reefs of Tioman Island, Malaysia. Tourism brings valuable revenue and jobs in local hotels and dive centres. Coral and the fish that inhabit the reef require sunlight and relatively clear water, as well as a solid algae and sediment-free base, such as rock, on which new corals can anchor and grow. The waters of the reef are under constant threat of being overwhelmed by detritus created by the creatures living on and around it, and from sediment washed onto it from the land. Algae flourish in the warm, sunlit waters of the reef and can rapidly cover rocks and dead coral, preventing new corals from establishing themselves. In this film, we would like to look at some of the less obvious inhabitants of the reef, the filterers, browsers and scavengers that keep the reef clean and the water clear. Without them, healthy reefs can become diseased or die, with a loss of the beauty and the other benefits that a healthy reef provides. These are the cleaners of the reef. Diadema, or long-spined sea urchins, are often one of the first creatures divers or snorkelers will encounter as they swim out to the reef. They are often found on areas of dead coral, on rocks. On close inspection, you can see that they are eating algae and cleaning the seabed. By grazing the algae, they provide a clear platform onto which new corals can attach. Diadema are in fact the main grazers which prevent algal overgrowth on the reef. Sea cucumbers, which are perhaps unglamorous creatures, come in various shapes and sizes. They are often found on areas of silty sand and coral rubble where algae and sediment are present. Sea cucumbers obtain their food by ingesting dirty sand, extracting nutrients from it, and excreting a trail of cleaned sand pellets. The reefs of Tioman Island have an abundant and varied sea cucumber population as they are protected within the marine park. In other parts of the world, coral reefs have been stripped of their sea cucumber population to be sold for food and medicinal purposes in some countries. Overharvesting has been shown to reduce the productivity of the affected reefs as sedimentation and algal growth smothers them. Sponges. Because we are so familiar with the bathroom sponge, we often fail to recognise many of the hundreds of different sponges on the reef. Sponges feed by filtering nutrients out of the water. This is happening on a massive scale all over the reef. As well as this vital function, sponges provide food for some fish and for turtles, and they are a habitat for many small sea creatures. There are other, more eye-catching filterers working on the reef to recycle nutrients, such as this beautiful giant clam. Gorgonians are found growing at greater depths, often in areas of stronger currents. They themselves are filter feeders and frequently play host to often spectacular feather stars which perform the same function. Fanworms are efficient filter feeders that play an important role in a properly balanced reef system. They're often known as feather duster worms. Their feathers are used to actively filter out tiny organic particles from the water. So, on a healthy coral reef, a host of organisms, often unnoticed and unappreciated, work together to recycle nutrients and prevent the buildup of sediment. These are the cleaners of the reef, and their ongoing survival is essential to the well-being of the entire reef ecosystem. Please leave them undisturbed wherever you find them.